Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan site that I have plot synopsis and character bios. We are concluding the Return to New York story arc. This is the third issue, number 21, and I have covered all three. I am doing black and white issues throughout October to celebrate Inktober. I don't know what I'll do next year, but I thought, hey, let's give it a try. So I have covered issue 17, 19, 20, and now 21 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first run. I have these issues, and so these happen to be my some of my favorites. There's other ones that I really like, but there's something about this Return to New York that is just so badass. And so we got another double splash page. Now, the writers are the same. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird are writing it together. Jim Lawson is penciling it. And this one is inked by Kevin Eastman, who's my favorite of Peter Laird. And I just love Kevin Eastman's inking. I find his style to be something I don't know. I cannot explain it. I wish I could have him do, say, Iron Man and have him just ink. I don't even need him to pencil. Just freaking ink the issue. I just absolutely love that. So, like every other issue, you are seeing a bunch of duotone and duo shades, which I think is just perfect. Mirage Studios loved using the duotone and the duo shade. So we've got the turtles who are gonna fight these mutated shredder-ish things, and so they've gone back to New York. And so here we go. Um, Check out the other issues if you need to catch up here. So we are just going into all out action here. Man, which is what I think they really wanted to do here. And you can see he cuts them, and the worms come out, and Leonardo is like, "What the hell are these things?" And so, if you need to know what duotone and duo shade, I will tell you again real quick. I've covered it in all the videos. This is a special paper that used some chemicals, so that way instead of using screen tones, which you had to cut and all that, you just used a brush, and so one chemical would release these lines here, but then another chemical would release the other lines, and so you could create shade from these things, and you probably use some whiteout to cut into these things. So it gives it that illusion of a screen tone. The thing about this is that it's not very archival, so it does fade over time. So if you happen to have any original copies, the where they used the chemical is probably brown or yellow, and you can see those on Google if you'd like to see what it looks like now. So none of this stuff, especially now, and so this came out in '89. We're in 2025 as of this recording, so a lot of time has passed. So I bet you that these things are yellow, probably faded, and so um, Raphael thinks here, can't afford to waste more time here. He could get away. They can handle this, and he leaves them and to go over there. So there he is, and they're like, Raphael, no. And so, unfortunately, he guessed wrong. So instead of these guys being able to defeat these things are going to defeat them. And you can see Saki is mine. Saki would be, of course, the Shredder. And so, mine. And you can see Leonardo, we must stay together. And Donatello here. And, they're doing the best they can. Um, and um, Leonardo's running. He's like, it's how we were taught. And you can see here kind of Shredder in the background here. And here, man, these guys. Now they are also some of the first to use those little oh my god, micro markers. Those, I don't know what they're called. I don't use them. I like brush, although I do digital, but I prefer brush. And so kind of like the Claus Jansen. Um, and so, but they use these microns. That's what they're called. And so these guys just wanted to create this fine line, and so microns is how they would use it. So they're not only using the duotones and the dual shades, but they're also using microns and inks and everything else here. So all right, and you can see that the turtles are being defeated, and there's even more of them now. And so these issues are very easy to read because there's not a lot of dialogue. It's mostly action stuff. And so, who is this? Donatello. Yep, he's going after them here, and he goes, I know exactly what they're doing. They're luring us to their home turf. And so here comes Leo, and he's saving Raphael. And man, the turtle cartoon, that goofiness, that it was not what the comic book was. Man, this thing was no holds barred here. And so you see the fight here, beautifully done here. um I also know that each issue was laid out by somebody. So I think issue 19 was laid out by Kevin Eastman, and issue 20 was Peter Laird, and this one is both of them. And then this is the last issue where they work on the turtles together for years. Eventually, these two will go their separate ways. In fact, Kevin Eastman just let Peter Laird have his share, and then Peter Laird ended up selling it to Nickelodeon. So Nickelodeon actually owns the Turtles now. So they're a Paramount property. It is no longer owned by Peter Laird. They just, I don't know. I don't think that they're as fond of it. I think there was some trouble, the business side of things. It's always business, and when it's a partnership versus when you own it yourself, it becomes a little difficult because you have two voices versus just one. And so turtles are still fighting here. I'm not really narrating here because the pictures sort of, man, this is a beautiful image here with him running. Man, look at this. When I was young, I really thought they were doing all these lines. I had no idea about the dual shade paper until I was watching Cartoonist Kayfabe. That's where I learned a lot of the stuff. And so 3 issues in it, we still don't have the Shredder, but he's coming. And so he finally, Oroku Sai, face me, and Shredder comes out gladly. And he says, Leonardo, I've been waiting a long time. And Leonardo says, too long. And so we have the return of the Shredder right here. Man. 3 years ago, I saw you die. Why do you haunt us? And the Shredder says, "Is that important? Yes. To you, I suppose it is. Long ago, on a rooftop, you saw Orokusaki destroyed, torn to pieces by his own devices. You saw me die. But they found me, my people found me, my pieces. The Foot Clan is very resourceful and has knowledge of great many skills. Some from the time of legends and myth, some from the time of logic and science. Together, all things are possible." So basically, they resurrected him and put him back together. "My lust for vengeance, my hatred of you, stronger than before. Long I've waited, but now the waiting is over." And so we're gonna have Leonardo, and you can see he's taking off his mask. So, Orokusaki. Oh man, how freaking badass is this? Wow. Way to go, Kevin Eastman. Kevin Eastman is really the star of this issue because the inkers really of these three issues have been the star. You almost forget Jim Lawson is penciling these things because the between Peter Laird in the first issue, Eric Talbot in the second issue, and now Kevin Eastman, these inkers have just gone to town on these things. And Kevin Eastman is my favorite of the Turtle creators. Of course, there's only two, but I'm a huge fan of Kevin Eastman here. So Shredder says, "I cannot die," and Leonardo's like, "Yes, you can, and you will." So pretty cool here as these two go fighting. And so we continue here. I hope you like this story, the three issues together. Cause man, it's really cool. I may put these in a playlist. I don't know yet. So, man, I'm just inspired. I'm just in awe of these guys. Look at this. Look at just all this black and all these lines here. This is incredible. And look at this. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. How absolutely amazing. Look at all this micron detail just that's hatching, 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 hatching. Goodness gracious. I love this. And so wow. This is a work of art. If there's these things are available, so oh my gosh, look at this. I'll pause here real quick. So um I IDW, who I think does the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, has an ultimate black and white collection which I think you can get on Amazon. Feel free, please. This story is in volume number 3, but you can actually they have 7 ultimate black and white collections that reprint the entire original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle runs from Mirage Studios. So check it out. It's got commentary. It's got a whole bunch of stuff. So I have the original issues. I have the original trades that were released with this, and then I also have the first 4 volumes of the black and white collection. So, and now, man, did these guys go to town? This is just something. Oh my gosh, this is just gorgeous. And so we're almost done here. Look at this. And so he's bringing the body of Shredder, Leo, and so he says Orokusaki, the Shredder, is dead. It is finished. Our destiny is complete. Honor is restored. We have one final task. So it's a simple story, but boy, is it beautifully drawn. And this is it. And they burn his body. And that's the end of the Shredder. That's the end of this story, which I think was designed just to draw the most epic art that I think it's the best art in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle run. These three issues are hands down the very best of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle run. I know a lot of people still love like the original first 6 issues of it, but this to me is peak Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the Return to New York is my favorite storyline. Not because the story is great, but the drawing. My God, the drawing. This thing was a drawing fest. They just put words on it just because they had to put some words. This could have easily have been done in 3 silent issues. But the wording's very minimal. They're mostly silent. So, all right. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 21, Return to New York, part 3. I now have done all 3 issues. I hope you really like them. If you catch this issue, go look at the other ones. So they're in order because I'm releasing a black and white story every day in October. So like and subscribe. I do thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.